The Roswell UFO crash of 1947 is well documented. In 1948, the American military recovered another flying saucer. This time it was completely intact.
Yes, this took place in Aztec, New Mexico in March of 1948, when a 100-foot diameter disc actually came down in a sort of controlled crash landing. The only damage was to one of the portholes, which looked as if it was either an entry hole from a shell from the military, which is quite possible. I'm convinced that craft was almost certainly shot down, and it was in perfect condition. There were at least a dozen small bodies inside, but they had been, or appeared to have been, burnt. There was no fire involved, but because apparently the atmosphere just simply wasn't right for them, and this has been confirmed by a number of sources. It's thanks to Scott Ramsey, fantastic research on this Aztec case, that he managed to interview a few old-timers, and he got a few deathbed confessions from people who had been involved in the case. There's a lot of people, and some names have been published, and he's hopefully going to produce a book just on the Aztec case, and we should look forward to that.
Okay. It's believed that technology was derived from the Roswell UFO recovered a year earlier. I asked Tim Good if the same people would have extracted the technology from the Aztec craft. Philip Corso is known to have managed the extraction of technology from the Roswell UFO. So do you think he would have had his hands on the Aztec UFO?
Together with General Trudeau.
Because if I was in his shoes, I would say, well, I don't want the crashed one, I want the whole one. So do you think he would have had his hands on the Aztec UFO?
Well, maybe everything's on a need-to-know basis. You know, maybe Trudeau and Corso did not have a need to know about the Aztec one, which has always been far more sensitive than the Roswell one. The Roswell one, they learned some stuff, sure, they got a lot of materials and some bodies, but the Aztec was an absolute gift from heaven, literally. I mean, incredible. And the technology, that's 1948, and according to my understanding, the Americans have had that technology for quite some time, to the extent that they have developed some discs and other type craft.
In next week's programme, I will be looking at how the Americans have managed to keep this technology well away from the public eye.